WWE fans, welcome to the Backstage Jabronis. He's Daniel Snyder. Look, he's Daniel Snyder. I'm Jeremy York. I have no idea where I'm pointing, but we are the WWE Tag Team Champions of all things WWE media. Don't believe us? Just ask us. I'm sure Bleacher Report would tell you that too.
Ask Sports Illustrated. They also
Yeah,
say that we are.
I know Impact Media says it,
Yes.
and that's the most important. So, but
Dave
obviously
Meltzer
we're going
wrote
to talk a
about it.
lot of Backlash. There wasn't a lot Raw and SmackDown, maybe a little bit of Raw because some of it bled over from the thing, and we can already kind of see where they're going with this. Some other things. Apparently, I didn't write down the results of the main event, but we'll get to that when we get to that. First things first. How are you?
Always good. I need to shave.
I'm trying to grow more of this out. You can't see it because it's all like gray and like white. So you can't see that like all this is here. Like it's not dark like this is. So yeah, it looks really light right now. I actually have the perfect light to go in front of me that you would be able to see it, but I think it's still in a box back here somewhere.
All right.
Uh, I thought, we'll start with Backlash, right? I thought for the most part that it was pretty good. I thought it was solid. We'll get into
It
rankings
it was.
and things like that in a minute. But I thought every story we got to see at least the next chapter, if not the final chapter of everything going on. They seemed to wrap it up pretty good. And by the end of it, I really didn't feel like they left anybody off. Anybody that needed to be on this one was on this one, and everybody else will see them moving forward because there wasn't much more to it. Like I think adding more to it would have just taken away from what it was.
I feel like they could have added some to it, but when we get to it, I'll talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we just go right down the card. I mean, we started off with one that clearly we didn't know what in the world was going on because and we'll go through the picks as we go through this because there will be champions crowned by the end of this because there is enough difference. But Braun Breaker versus Seth Rollins, this showed to me that Seth believes in Braun because he did a very good job of working with him, and you could tell there were moments that Seth was like, the kid's ready. He's ready to do these things and he's ready to be on this level. And we just had the winner wrong as Braun ended up with the win on this one. So I want to see where they go with that because
Did
what
I not pick Braun? Did I switch it
you did, you switched.
up?
Yeah, we both went Seth and both of Kilo and Skrillo went Braun on that one. But
I feel like this is the one where I was back and forth, and I had Braun for a minute, and I said no, erased it, put Seth. Okay, that's on me. I made the mistake there. Um, it was a good match. This one, I feel like this card was, with the exception of the main event, was a card of these people. One match saying we deserve to be on WrestleMania, and that's why we were there, and the other two saying we should have been on WrestleMania, and we're going to show you why. And this Brock and Seth showed why they should have been on WrestleMania. We understand why they weren't, but they showed that
yeah,
they showed
wasn't
out.
worth the risk. Wasn't worth the risk.
Yeah, and for the record, this was the longest match of the night.
I thought it would be close.
Yes, this was the longest match of the night. But when we get down to,
Yeah. Yeah,
we'll
don't tell
find
me a
out.
time yet on it.
I'm not, but
Have,
I liked it. I thought that this was a great opener. It was a great first match because this also was the free match
yep.
on ESPN. The
ESPN
first two
two
matches were free.
on the
They were
juice.
smart. Yeah, they were smart with these two matches because
Yeah,
they picked the two. I feel like Braun Breaker's over hard right now. Pause. And Trick Williams is up there. Trick Williams is also over.
yeah.
So
Those are two of
Um,
your four pillars to build going forward. Those are the guys we're going to see for the next 10 years. Those are two of the
along with
four easy.
Oba and Danhausen. No.
It might be at this point.
I give this
Um,
first match I gave it a 3.75.
yeah, I'm right around there. I liked it. It's probably that or a four. It's right in that same boat. I thought they did everything they needed to do. There was nothing wrong with the match, really, in my opinion. I like that for the most part. Most of the
It's
riffraff
not
stayed out of the way,
it's not over
and
either.
no. These two are going to circle around each other for a little while. Whether it's immediately or whether it's they just happen to keep crossing paths as they come through, they're going to constantly be in each other's way. But that moved us on to the one, as you said. And here's the thing too: these first two matches were the biggest examples of putting the ones with the rockets on their back, these new younger stars that they are trying to make into megastars. Let's feature them the most, because if our new audience that we're getting off of ESPN2 is going to buy into us, we want them to buy in for the future
To our
and not
future,
just
yeah.
the present.
Yes, I agree.
Like, we want you to be a part of this because you like these younger people too.
Well, we want you
Where
to be a
before,
part of it because you're watching it to see these ones that we're going to be pushing.
right? Where before, it would get WrestleMania season, they would go, okay, is the Undertaker coming back? Is The Rock coming back? Is John Cena? Is Triple H? Is Shawn Michaels? Let's just keep going back to these older people that we know are draws. We know our normal target audience will always show up. When they show up, it's like you should have been building and showing who the new guys were a while back. And so I give TKO credit. They're featuring the young people very, very heavy.
Well, I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to sell WWE, and they want to show whoever wants to
That's
buy
what I think.
them, this is what you have. This is your future. It's not just right now. We're showing that there's money in this. So yeah, it was a good match. And then like Trick Williams versus Sammy. I not for one second did I think Sammy was going to win this match.
Nope.
Um
I thought there was a
Trick
better chance of the ghost of the gingerbread man coming to interfere in this one than for Sammy to win it.
Yeah, yeah. Lil Yachty was there again too. I'm not sure what's going on with that. I'm not 100% sure why I know he's a huge WWE fan.
I
Um
mean, so are we. I,
he Yeah, for real. And he took a punch or he took a kick, I think, one of the two, but he
do you know why? See, I watch
probably
these out of order. See, I watch these out of order because I saw Backlash live. I saw Raw within an hour of it being live, and then I saw SmackDown. And SmackDown had some things leading up to it. There was a wake, not really. Well, there was a funeral for the
for
Gingerbread
the
Man.
Red Man.
Yeah, which turned out to be Little Yachty, who sat up Undertaker style, and then wore Sami Zayn out with a kendo stick. And so the shots that he took at Backlash were
More
Sammy getting him
receipts.
back, going, "We're even," because a
More
few of
receipts.
those shots got through, I think. And he's like, Sammy's a big boy. He's not, he's an adult. He's like, that's fine. You're supposed to tag me. It's wrestling. But that was a few of those stiffer shots at Backlash where Sammy going, I'm still the pro.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Those kendo stick hits were pretty crucial. But I was glad to see that Trick didn't have to go to the bathroom before coming out and didn't have underwear stuck to his shoe again. Um,
We've all been there.
yeah. I feel like Oba is the only person that's got a better entry than Trick, but Trick's entry is it's up
Glorious.
there. That whole turning
It's glorious.
around. It reminds me, and I was a big Bobby Roode fan, especially. So that whoop that Trick whole turnaround, it's really I like it. I like it. I mean, I like everything about Trick. I love that they've put that rocket on his back, and he has showed that he can handle the limelight, the light.
Yeah.
Trick is a superstar. He is a superstar. where I would almost say that Trick is further along in his career than Braun is.
Okay.
Um, I think Trick is a better performer than Braun. Braun is all brass um and I love Braun. Braun's one of my favorite. I feel like
Yeah.
Trick is just an all around perfect example. Gosh, really is perfect. Braun is Scott Steiner and Trick is Booker T. And Booker T was always a better wrestler than Scott Steiner. Scott Steiner just looked better.
Woo. Big Papa Pump. That is Daniel saying that. That is not
I
Jeremy
did.
saying that. And nothing
One,
personal, Booker, but that is Daniel. Daniel saying that. That is not Jeremy.
you know what? Let me refresh that in a manner of Booker T is a better performer than
He's a better
Big Pop
showman.
Pump.
He's a
He's
better
not a better
showman.
performer than
But as far as technical wrestling and the
um
overall wrestling part, the athletic part, I give it to Scott Steiner all day long. But when you say showman, like just the pizzazz, just the charisma, oh yeah, Booker T for sure.
but I'm saying I think as a performer, Booker T was better than Big Papa Pump. When
Yeah,
Scott Steiner
yeah.
was Scott Steiner, he was better. But when Scott Steiner became Big Papa Pump, he was no longer athletic. He could toss you around, but it wasn't those. There was
I mean,
no.
he did 2 or 3 push-ups per match,
Yeah, you're right. You got me there.
and he could
Huh.
still Frankensteiner all the way up until his last matches. I believe he still did the Frankensteiner. So
Yeah, I mean, but still, I don't know. And I was a huge Rick and Scott fan. Once Scott turned to Big Papa Pump, I was like, you're too much of a gimmick now.
it's just funny you say that because joining us right now are very special. Get now.
Scott Stunner. Hey,
Yeah.
Rick was better than Scott. I said it. So, Braun, understand that your dad was better than your uncle. And I'll
No
stand on
comment.
that.
No
I'll
comment.
stand. The trick match, which was
Yes.
funny, funnily,
Funnily.
funny, fun. I guess that's a word.
I think
Um,
funnily is the word. I've used it.
okay, was the second shortest match of the night.
Oddly enough, maybe you want to say that. Funny enough that maybe.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the next match that we're going to talk about, but we'll finish up on this. But the next match was the shortest, and it wasn't really a match. But
I mean, well,
yeah.
when they say match time, are they going bell to bell, or are they going like it took them an hour and a half to get to the ring, an hour and a half to clean it up, so that was a 3 hour match?
Yeah. I don't know. I
If
don't
they're just
know.
going bell
I'm
to
saying,
bell, then I bet it was the shortest match because it was maybe 7 or 8 minutes at that. But like it took like 10 minutes to get. We'll get to it in a minute to get all the stuff to
yeah.
work and all that. There was a lot of kinks that were going sideways. And see, that's the other thing too. And when we get to that, there was a SmackDown tie-in that made the box make more sense because I thought it was very random at
I
Backlash,
seen.
and then I saw the SmackDown segment and I went, now this makes sense.
Yeah, I seen a little bit of I did I guess I did see a little bit
But
of SmackDown or maybe they
but
showed it,
I
but
agree that Trick and Braun are the ones that those are two of the ones. Oba being the third. Man, I'm gonna have to think hard on the fourth because I think they're there. Probably Dom. Dom is
like I say,
probably the fourth.
yeah, in 10 years
And between
yeah.
and between
So
those four, those are four that I can build on for the next 10 years. So
I agree. I say this Trick and Sammy match got a 3.25, not as good as the opener. It was good, but it wasn't as good as the opener for me because this was a repeat. This was I
the
seen this
rematch.
match already. Yeah, I seen this match already. So
Yeah.
gave it a
Even though they did
3.25.
some different stuff, Sammy is still. I heard that he shot down the original idea in general for him to just be straight up heel. He said that was dumb. It lacked creativity. It had no character. It had no nothing to it. He wasn't just going to up and suddenly start, being evil or suddenly start, pulling on the ropes and things like that and doing underhanded things. He said, no, if you're going to do it, we've got to build it. So I think that's what we're in the middle of doing. That's why he's dancing between both sides of the line.
Yeah. And when KO comes back, it's going to turn him completely heel.
I thought you said he came back, or is he cleared?
Well, he's working in underdeveloped,
AAA?
working with young
Oh,
people.
NXT
Below them. Let me see what it
Performance
said.
Center. Okay,
It is, but it was
That's LFG and Evolve because now they've created a whole pipeline by themselves. There's there's beginner indies, and then there's middle indies, and then there's top indies, which is like just under TV contract. Some of them have TV contract, and then you
the
get
LFG.
into LFG. Okay, which
Yeah, he
is
is working with
their
the WWE
it's
behind the
like their
scenes.
A ball. It's like
Yeah,
their A ball.
he's a coach on LFG, which I think he's currently still injured, but from neck fusion surgery. So yeah, he'll be back eventually.
Hey, between him and Big E, you know, they're proving that just because you can't get between the ropes anymore doesn't mean
That your
you
career's
can't
done.
still contribute.
Yeah, I want Big E to stay with WWE. I don't want him going to AEW with the New Day.
Why would first off, we don't know that they're going to go there, and second off, why in the world would he leave the job he has now?
Who
AEW is
knows?
not going to pay him and give him that platform. I mean,
You're
stay
right.
doing what you're doing.
That is very true.
I mean,
So, but
even the New Day would tell him it's like don't let what we do affect you. Like, no, keep doing your thing. But you said the next one was the shortest match. What was the official time on?
the shortest
Uh,
match.
yeah,
So the next one was the shortest match. Danhausen and his tag team partner went
I
against
mean,
the Miz and Kit Wilson. And
hmm
the shortest match was 11 minutes and 38 seconds.
wow. I would have thought 7 or 8 minutes. Okay.
Well,
Maybe they did include some of the entrance.
it took his tag team partner a minute to get to come out, and then his tag team partner got duplicated, and more of his tag team partner came out. It was look. So I read something.
Well,
Um,
when his partner initially come out, I knew the rest of them were going to be around somewhere because they just used them all not long ago. I was trying to see if those are the ones that were on the ones at a Sevierville or that area. There's a whole the micro brawlers or whatever. It's a whole organization. They travel around everywhere. They've been close to us before.
you're probably
But I
yeah.
was trying to see if they just signed a bunch of those for appearances because they've used a couple of them before. I think the one that came out as Little John Cena a couple months ago was one called Psycho, who is one of their better ones. He's pretty cool. But that's why I was thinking maybe they've got a contract with them because they're kind of the bigger, they're kind of almost the WWE of the micro brawler stuff.
Giving it away. It wasn't anybody that we suggested. It was Minniehausen, was Danhausen's tag team partner, and
And actually, he had the
Danhausen.
luchador of the entire group. Of all the little houses, he had the luchador, and I was like, okay, I was impressed by a lot of the things he did.
Yeah, he did. He did a good job. Danhausen tried to duplicate himself in the duplicator, and it messed up. And apparently, they got it fixed once Minniehausen got through in there because it duplicated a bunch of Minniehausens, and then we had a whole bunch.
So you
So
saying
I don't know if it was
Danhausen is often imitated, never duplicated?
never duplicated. He was imitated.
He's a one
It
of
might have
one.
been Stevie Richards that said this. Somebody said this.
It probably was.
So they how's the WWE or slash TKO has been getting some flack from random people when it comes to Danhausen and his stunts and
Mostly former employees.
well there's been a lot of slack
Yeah,
and Stevie Richards, who I'm a huge fan of, said
absolutely.
he said I don't know if it was him, it might have been him, it was somebody. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Richard said it. They said that people forget that wrestling started from the circus. It started from the
Carney.
fairs. It
Yeah,
started as a this is
the
a
Carnival Sideshow.
comedy.
Yeah,
Yes. So
it was.
if we're
Well, it not necessarily comedy. It started more as you would get maybe a former amateur wrestler. or a big tough guy, and you would coax people in the audience to pay $1,
It was
pay
a
$2,
carnival.
whatever the going rate is, to see if you can last 3 minutes with them. And they
It was
would,
a carnival thing.
and they would wallow you out completely, just throw you, ragdoll you everywhere for about 2.5 minutes, and then you would either give up or you break your leg or something. And either way, that's kind of how it started. And then they started to
And
legitimize it because they said, well, instead of these little 3 minute one offs, what if we had two people who
put
knew how to
matches
work each
together.
other? And what if we had four? What if we add this in? What if we add a story as to why they're doing this? Now we're here.
So like this entertainment that Danhausen's doing with Minihausen, this is a throwback to just the fun stuff that they would do. I love
All
the
right, this
Danhausen character.
but this would tell you how much I like this. And the thing I'm going to mention, I like way more than this, but I don't dislike this. But it's a similar vein. Um, one of my favorite comedians of all time, and one of my favorite celebrity wrestlers, and when I say this, you'll get it, is Andy Kaufman. What
Yeah.
Andy Kaufman figured out about wrestling and did and propelled his career and was able to just do so much with, it's the Danhausen vein. It's the one where it's like, I'm not Shawn Michaels. I'm not Batista. I'm not Ashka. I'm not somebody who can go out here and for 45 minutes absolutely put on the craziest athletic competition you've ever seen. But I can still entertain you and still be athletic while I'm being entertaining. Like his entertainment is higher up than his athleticism, where a lot of people's is the opposite, where they have to try harder. Like you said, like the Scott Steiner, he's so athletic. Sometimes it's hard for him to kick in that entertainment value to it. But big Andy Kaufman fan, so what it kind of it's that same vein where, except for that, Danhausen's a legit wrestler because he legit can wrestle. He just
Yeah.
figured out,
Yeah.
kind of like Mick Foley. Mick Foley decided to do
Yeah.
death matches because he went, I'm not really that other kind of wrestler. I kind of like getting beat up and I make more money when I do that. So I'm going to do that.
Um. And Terry Funk was a big influence
Mm-hmm.
to Mick.
Mm-hmm. Especially
Um.
later in his career. He was like, Mick, why are you trying to be an Iron Man and face Bret Hart and all those guys? He goes, just be you. And if you's goofy, slinging, chainsaws and things at people, then great, do that. Do what you're good at.
Big Mick Foley fan. Um. This match was just it was strictly what it was meant to be. You guys want to
Sure.
go get you a drink. You want to you get a little rest in between the two openers. I think we mentioned this. We mentioned that this would be a good match for them to start the show because if everybody's like taking an opportunity I mean, if they're having issues hooking up to ESPN, missing the beginning of this is not going to be a big issue.
Right.
The Miz showed what Miz has always showed. He's strictly WWE. If The Miz ever leaves WWE and goes anywhere else, I would be highly surprised. I feel like he's a lifer. He's a Randy Orton. I don't see Randy Orton ever going anywhere. Um,
No,
so um,
it was the
I
perfect people. It was exactly what I said. Kit Wilson kicked in his part, but the Miz helped elevate Danhausen, all the Minniehausens, and Kit Wilson. He's that talented. He didn't just elevate three other people like we initially said. It was like 8 people and made them all look like megastars while he never looked bad.
I give this match a 2.5. Let's see, you're saying 3. I gave it a 2.5 just because I felt like the Minihausen thing wasn't good. I didn't agree. I didn't like that. That knocked out. It was.
Yeah,
I, I just feel like they had. This is the one where I said they had the opportunity to do something. They could have did something different here. They could have
yeah.
pushed Royce Keys, who hasn't gotten any kind of really show. They could have
It
put
could have
Joe
been
Hendry on
it
the
could have been Matt
show.
Cardona. It could have been
It,
Joe Hendry. It could have been
yeah,
uh, for what it's worth, it could have been Dominic Mysterio. Could you imagine that thing comes up and a confused Dominic comes wandering out and looking around and he looks at Danhausen? Danhausen's like, oh man, look, this really worked. And Dominic's like, how did I get here?
yeah, it could have been any of the above, but It wasn't. It is what it is.
It could have
2.5.
been Nick Aldis.
Yes, I think that'd have been great. You didn't. We can go back a little bit. You haven't said
Yeah.
who the
Oh,
people that got stuff right and wrong. So on the first match, the Braun Breaker
well,
and
we
Seth.
we all unanimous. The only unanimous one was Trick. And both of them, Skrilla and Kilo, took Braun, so they are 2-0 going into the third match.
Which
We
was
are,
Danhausen.
yep, and I was the only one that lone wolfed that one to say that the Miz was going to figure out some way. When I saw Minihausen, I realized I was about to lose that particular pick. But yeah, so that makes you 2-1 at the moment. Makes me 1-2 at the moment, and they are still undefeated.
3-0.
Now, because the fourth match and not the main event was the deciding factor, should we skip to the end and then we'll come back to ours about the time?
Sure, sure. We'll go to
Because
the final.
the time is the tiebreaker for us in the main. The fourth match, the women's match, was the
Was the
tiebreaker for
tiebreaker for?
Skrilla. And yeah, we're going to make them keep listening for a few more minutes, or they're going to fast forward right now until one of us looks like we're saying who won. Probably. Actually, you know what? Skrilla watches. I know Skrilla watches the show, and I'm pretty sure Kilo does. So we appreciate it.
Yeah, we do, we do, we do. Roman Reigns defended his title against Jacob Fatu. This is actually the final match. Um, so the match
This
was
was
great.
what it needed to be because a lot of people thought, oh, well, what's going to happen now? And Raw more than explained that.
Yes. Well, see, the match was. I said great. The 3/4 of the match was great.
Yes.
The last quarter of the match was horrible.
It's like
Um,
they were dialing it back a minute, knowing they needed more energy for the post match than they did for the end of the match. So they kind of coasted through the end. And then when the fireworks went off, the fireworks went off.
it, yeah, I just feel he speared him, or was
Yep.
it or it was the spear that got the win?
Yes, I believe so. Because there was a
Speared
couple
him.
punches.
So whatever it was, he pinned him, stood up. Jacob stands up.
I know.
If you had that much energy and you really had the ability to stand up like that, you shouldn't have got pinned there. They messed
And
that
it,
up.
and it was a clean pin. It wasn't
Yeah.
like a one, two, and his shoulder starts to come up and they do three anyway. No, no, no. This was not a Montreal screw job. This was nothing like that. It was a straight up legit. But like you said, it's like because they pan to the audience and the audience is reacting, and they go back and Roman's like going to roll to stand up, and Jacob's already in the corner like this, and I went, what in the world is he doing?
Yeah, I didn't like that. They dropped the ball on the ending. Um I I think that they don't know what they want to do. Um
I think they're stuck because they put a matchup that everybody wanted to see together, but they did it way sooner than they should. So
they
there's
did it at the wrong
nowhere
time.
for it to go.
This is something that should have been done Survivor Series, or I would almost say SummerSlam. This could have they could have built up to it from the beginning of August or from the end of July, maybe the Great American Bash in
Yeah.
July, and is where it starts, and it stretches all the way out until SummerSlam, and
Yeah.
it'd be a big main event at SummerSlam. Instead, shut up over there. Instead, they just threw it together. Like it has a storyline and makes sense. And on
It's
Raw,
rushed.
they messed. Yeah, it does feel rushed. Um, he keeps beating Roman down, and my thing is, if you're able to beat him down, you should have been able to pin him. If you're able to get up from his moves, you shouldn't have never been pinned. It's
Yeah.
just they're
I
they're
mean,
they're messing it all up.
what's the payoff at some point? Are we going to get like another tribal rules match, no DQ,
I'm saying,
weapons
and
all
that's
over the
something
place?
else.
Is that just where it's
I,
going?
I said I don't know, and that's something else. What are unless you're going to put the title on Jacob, which how long are we going to stretch this out to do that?
I don't think they are either.
That's what I'm saying.
Not
This
right
doesn't
now.
make sense. Maybe they're trying to see. Maybe it's the whole thing that they did with Jimmy. I mean, with Jay, where they're trying to see if he has the ability to main event these. There's another way they could have been about doing that.
I thought as far as that though, I thought he more than carried his part of the main
I
event.
think so.
I thought he proved that he is a main event level guy, potentially a champion, just not right now. He
I
might beat somebody, but he's not. I don't think he's going to beat Roman for it.
I think he's at least a year away, if I'm being honest.
Maybe, maybe.
I don't think he's ready now.
I mean, potential
I
Royal
don't
Rumble winner. I mean, I know that's a long way from now. That's 8 months
I don't
or
I don't see.
7 months from now. I mean,
Here's the
Royal
thing.
Rumble winner, Elimination
This is
Chamber winner.
this is why I say he's not. A couple of reasons. Reason number one, we didn't mention him in the four pillars. He didn't even come to
Well,
mind.
he's older. He's a lot older than you think he is.
Well, I mean, even so, Roman Reigns was around 10 years ago.
Yes, that's true.
That's what I'm saying. So,
So was
um,
John Cena.
that he was, but John Cena was around 10 years before that. Like
Yeah,
Roman
yeah.
Reigns started joined WWE in 2014. Um,
It sounds right.
and so Jacob Fatu joined in 2025. In 10 years, it'll be 2035. 10 years from 2014 was 2024. Roman Reigns was still on top. Back in 2014, 2015, he wasn't, but like that's when he got going. What I'm trying to get to is I see Braun Breaker and I see people I want to see him get in a match with. I see Trick Williams and I see matches I want to see. I look up
Hmm.
Jacob Fatu and I don't. I'm like, ooh, he'd be good with.
Is he? Is he? I don't want to say just another because I'm a big fan of the person I'm about to say. Is he Drew McIntyre? There's only a couple matchups that make sense. It seems like the rug's always getting pulled out from under him, but every time he's still delivering on a high level, they just for some reason don't see him on that level.
Well, see, that's the thing. I see Drew McIntyre. I look at
Oh,
I
I
look
do.
at
Yeah,
Jacob. I look at Jacob and I see Wade Barrett.
I like Wade Barrett, but
I love Wade Barrett, but he was never he was I never viewed him as a champion, as a WWE champion. He's a great
right,
intercontinental. He's a
right.
great United States.
Yeah, I never saw him as a main event guy.
Great
Fatu
performer,
could
great on the
Fatu
mic.
is the main event guy, but he's yeah, he's a Bray Wyatt. I mean, I'm surprised Bray got a run with the title.
I wouldn't say Bray because I feel like Bray was better on the mic than Jacob.
Oh,
Jacob's
oh,
not
he
good on the
was,
mic.
but I think Fatu is the new Bray. He's more of the as we said, the carnival sideshow attraction that gets you to show up because we want you to see the elephant. You don't show up to the circus to see the elephant. You show up to see the trapeze or the something else. While you're
So
there, you're like, cool, there's
would you
elephants.
say would you say Jacob's the new Mankind, Mick Foley, Cactus Jack then?
Yeah, the one you can insert in any level match, any whether it's main event, whether it's opener, whatever. You can put him anywhere on the card, and he's a great Swiss Army knife. But jack of all trades. But is he that leader? I don't see him as that
He,
leader, and I
he's
don't
not
know
going to
that I would
draw.
want him leading my company right now. And
He's
that's
not going
nothing
to draw.
personal to him. He seems like a great guy. He's got a fantastic story.
In a
I mean,
year,
about
I can see him in a
overcoming.
year.
Yeah,
And he, like I said, give him a
yeah,
year.
he can get there.
Yeah.
How old do you think he
Well,
is?
uh, I think he's 34.
Yep, April 18th of this year he turned 34.
Yeah, I was thinking he was like 34. So that's why I said in 10
Which
years
in
he
wrestling
could be.
means that he's 15 years away from probably being done.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. But I don't, like I said, if he's gone in 5 years, I won't be surprised.
Yeah. Or I feel like they're gonna stardust him. They're gonna let this unhinged thing go for a minute, and then they're gonna back him into a corner, and he's gonna do it, not really wanting to, and that's gonna drive him to leave the company. And I think what they're gonna do is make him into Umaga 2.0, dress him the same way, be crazy island the way they do
Godzilla
all
coming to
that
do that.
family all the
The
time. I
Godzilla.
don't want him to, but it's unfortunately got it written all over it that that's one of his favorite people too.
Now
I
they're gonna
just for
bring they're
some
gonna
reason
bring
see that they're going to do something like that.
they're gonna bring Zilla, and Zilla's gonna be Umaga 2.0. That's when he
I
debuts, he's
mean,
gonna be Umaga 2.0
which is weird because he's really not like Umaga, even though that's his
at all.
dad.
As dad, yeah.
Like
I
like
gave this
Fatu is
match.
more of that, where Zilla is more. He's too crazy to be Roman, but he's more the other direction than Umaga.
Solo, maybe Solo. I don't know.
Maybe Zilla's kind of his own. He's his own cat.
I gave this match a 3. I'm
I
the only
liked
one
it.
that
I mean,
picked.
I really like you said. 3/4 of it
Yeah,
was top tier, absolute
if
top
it
tier.
would
And
have
that last
ended after
quarter,
3/4, it would have got a 4.5. That's how much I hated the last quarter. Like I just feel like what you do after the bell can sometimes ruin what you did before the bell, and that's what it did
sure,
for me. He
sure.
he didn't sell it good enough.
No, I don't think I don't think he really did at all. Now Roman did because Roman got his ass kicked for about
Because
10 minutes.
Roman's a great worker. As much as I hate to say that, because I'm starting to get tired of
Oh,
him too.
he's their star. He's their superstar. There are other ones. Roman is the top guy. Cody wants to be that. Cody's Mr. Popular as far as Cena, but as far as go to, we got to have a main event. We got to get the eyeballs, the money, the sponsors, everything, and we call Roman Reigns. And the tribal chief
Roman
comes in, and it's there.
Roman and Cody are Cena and Orton.
Yeah, and I would say Cody is more Orton.
There you go. I was about to say, people
Yeah,
watch to see Cena, people watch to see Reigns, people show up to see Cena, people show up to see Reigns,
yeah.
but Randy is the one that's the performer. Roman, I don't. Roman is, but I see Cody more as the I want. I don't know. It's just it's hard. You get what I'm
I don't know.
getting.
Roman's
Um,
almost a mix of the two, but he's definitely more
yes,
Cena than he is um Orton.
I know I'm the only one that went with Jacob Fatu on this one. This is what knocked me down. If I'd have went with the smart move, but sometimes I like to do stupid stuff. Um,
Take the
so
Miz.
the time. The time was
Oh,
this
do you
was
want to do the
the
time now? Because the time will decide ours.
yeah, we'll go ahead and do ours first.
Okay.
So this
Because truth
was
be
the
told, we were 3-2. Each of us were 3-2 coming in. So
this was the third longest match, which would also be the third shortest match.
yep,
17 minutes 50 seconds.
interesting. Somebody was 10 seconds off.
What I was it you? What did you say?
My time. I'm gonna do this Price is Right style.
Uh-oh.
My time. My time was 22 minutes and 35 seconds. You said
Oh,
18 flat.
oh shit.
So our
Just so
new not
so
not
y'all can
named middle
see.
title.
Can y'all see the time?
Yep, I see it.
17:50.
Yeah, you were 10 seconds off. So whatever name we come up with this, you are the new workhorse champion.
The backs no, that's
Is this the
the
jabroni title?
jabroni the jabroni slumberoni. Slamberoni. The jabroni slamberoni title.
Okay, that's the middle title. We got to
That's
come
the
up with
middle
one for the
title.
other one.
The other one is the
Yeah,
backstage jabronis.
or the jabroni world title or something.
Yeah, yeah.
It's just
So speaking of the jabroni world title that is strictly fan based, our buddies.
yeah.
I'm not. I do know who's going to be defending their title at the next PLE.
And
So
do
does
I
the
do not
guy.
know who I do not know who against yet because we're still taking on contenders.
Yeah.
Um, and I don't know who's going to challenge you because I don't. I mean, I
Well,
don't. I don't know if we
we'll
bring in
always
people.
go against each other. It'll always
Oh,
be
me and
us.
you.
Our
Okay.
title. Yeah,
Okay.
and here's the thing: the guy that lost in that one, he could join us. He could join in if we can do a little 3-way. Wait, a triple threat match,
Pause.
not a three-way.
Pause. It may be 2026, but it doesn't mean we're okay with it.
Yeah, yeah. We're both happily married. Happily. Um, so for the Jabroni
World
World
title.
Championship,
Mm-hmm.
Io Sky versus Asuka. Um, it was the second longest match. It was a good match. Um, they showed why they should have been at WrestleMania.
I'm kind of glad it wasn't. This was given its own platform, not just
Yeah,
as a makeup. This was given its own place. If this
it was
if
the
this would have
only
been
women's
booked for
match of the
Mania,
night.
we wouldn't have got this at Mania. We would not have
I
gotten
agree.
this at
I
all
agree. I agree.
because
But they
Kyrie would have still been there. There was all this extra added stuff because Kyrie got let go or left or whatever happened there, and all this other stuff built up to it. It got way more interest in this match than there was for a WrestleMania.
I agree. And well, also I feel like they deserved their own time to shine against each
They
other.
did.
Like, and so this was the only women's match of the night. And it could almost have been the main event. Um
Yeah, if it wasn't a family civil war there, then this could have easily been the main event
EO walked away with the win.
and possibly more
Yes, yes. Actually, EO walked away with the torch that was handed to her.
and possibly
Uh,
more.
I don't know what they did in the backstage. Um,
No, it wasn't that. I'm just saying there were things we don't know what they mean until people actually come out and tell us what they mean. There were things that both of them did that if this is the start of the end of the run for Asuka, if this is the end of the run for Asuka, her last WWE match or maybe last pay-per-view match could have been Io Sky. Her taking her student and saying, the student has passed the master. Time for the master to take a few steps back. I don't need to be featured anymore. I can be on the smaller. Or maybe she's going to leave and go back to Japan too. I don't know. I don't know that she's necessarily leaving. They didn't say anything on Raw about it. A lot of speculation. Who knows? But Asuka did a lot of things, especially with the Japanese and Asian culture of wrestling, that if that was the end, she did everything on her way out.
she did. She did. This has been the year of I'm hanging up my boots. Brock Lesnar, AJ, both AJs, really. I think the other AJ's done too.
I think so.
Asuka. As much as I love him, Ray, you need to hang it up too, bud. Go ahead and do
He's
it.
close. He's close, but he has called his shot because he called his shot. They tried to make it a WrestleMania match. He said absolutely not. This is only going to happen in one place. So they're trying to figure out how to make that happen. Instead of it being just a one-off, they're going to actually build it. He wants Dom to be the one to put him out, and he wants it to be in Triple X.
Wow. Well, I mean, he's still got to have his last match in WWE though.
Sure.
He's got to have that this is my last WWE match.
So there's that. Since this is on the last match anyway, we're not going to talk much. Probably any Raw.
Kilo
So,
wins, by the way, guys. Kilo, you're the champion. Since we're
most
getting, I didn't want to get off.
anticlimactic title award ceremony, whatever it was.
My bad.
Fact,
I feel like we're about to go down a rabbit hole.
possibly it's going to be a quick one.
Oh, okay.
It's going to be a quick one because we're getting close on time too. We've said about everything we want to say. But congratulations, Kilo.
I'm gonna send him a little belt or some shit. I got it, like the little ring belt.
That's what it is. All right, we'll workshop this, but whoever loses the title shot, like they were both going for the title there. So I think since
There's
they
a
were both
Saturday
going
night.
for it, and this was the tiebreaker because they tied last time, so this is like their second match for the title. Kilo's going to have a brand new opponent. Skrilla is going to join us in a triple threat. That's the word you should use. Triple threat for this.
Yeah.
If he doesn't win
3-way.
here, then you get back in the pool. You're back in the pool that could get drawn to come back in. But if he does win, then because we can always
You
be
get
in
them
it, but
back in the.
we can add extra people to ours. So unless you're getting a rematch when you lose the world title match, you come back to the workhorse, and then from there.
Yeah, you can't win ours. Ours is just us. But what you'll do, because that's what we'll do. We'll have ours will always be a four or more. It'll be four or more. It'll be me and you, whoever lost the previous, and a new contender. Whoever
Yeah,
wins between them two gets to
yeah,
face the champion. So Skrilla could. I mean, if Skrilla wins again, he gets his opportunity again. But if he
yeah.
loses again,
Unless it's us for now, unless it's us, whoever wins our match is the next one up.
yes, yes, because we're not going for the title.
We
We're
need to write this
workhorses.
down because we're going to forget this in about 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we
But
got the video.
but this is what I was going to say. All right,
Oh yeah, the Rey
last
Mysterio shit.
last thing we'll really get into. Yeah. All right. So if Ray's last match before he completely hangs it up is against his son Dominic Mysterio, um, in AAA, who should his last opponent in WWE be? Because to me, you don't want to do Dom because then it takes away from what AAA is going to
From
be.
what it's going to do in AAA. Uh,
And just
I
know, folks.
almost.
Spoiler alert: he's going to lose against Dom. And spoiler alert: it's going to happen. Like just know that when those two match up, they're not having multiple matches. They're not having a best of three series. It's one, and that's
I
it.
already know who. I already know who I want it to be.
Okay.
Drag Dragon Lee, the one that he notched as the next runner. He actually
Okay.
remember he gave Dragon Lee one of his masks
He
and
did.
all that stuff. So I mean, why not say, okay, my last WWE match, I want it to be against you, Dragon.
Okay. If I'm not mistaken, man, Dragon Lee is the little brother of Ruth, who was one of my favorites. If I'm not mistaken, which is crazy. That family's nuts. Um, Actually, two come to mind because I saw one and then I thought of somebody related to them. And I could see it being if
Yeah,
it's not Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee makes a lot of sense. If it's
he
not,
is
then
Bruce's brother,
yeah,
Dralistico's brother.
Dulistico.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. There's three of them, I think. Yeah.
Yes, there is. That's them
Um.
three. Dralistico's an interesting
Um.
looking guy.
So his mother says. Um.
He's in AEW.
Yep. Both of them, Rush and Dulistico is Dulistico. They're
I
in
wonder
the
why
same
Dragon
group
Lee's over here with us, over there in WWE.
because WWE offered him a contract.
Oh, good call.
He come up as a free agent and he entertained offers and I think it was Ray actually that said you should give it a shot. If you don't like it, run the contract out and go back. But I would say Ray and Penta would be fun, but if Ray really wanted a cool send off and it's not Dragon Lee, I would like to see Ray Phoenix against Ray Mysterio one time on the way out and just let them go. Let them do the
The
old
winner
school
gets to
stuff.
keep the Ray name. Or
By the
you
way,
know what?
fascinating story if you ever find the origin story of how Rey Mysterio got the name Rey Mysterio.
It's his uncle.
Yeah, was the original Rey Mysterio, but he was training because he had just awful gimmick, and I think he was starting to get it over. And then one day in training, his uncle like pulled a mask out, one of his masks, and gave it to him and said, "How about you stop doing the other and start being Rey Mysterio Jr." It's a lot
I have
better
to look.
story than we just told, but it's great. I
Yeah, y'all look
I,
into
I
it.
like the Dragon Lee. I think that makes a lot the same way that Asuka would
At the
would
same
go
time,
out by EO.
if I had to have a B, I'd say Gunther puts him out. Because just because he retires him in WWE, why doesn't mean he can't wrestle in AAA.
I want those two to feud at least for like a week and a half so that we can recreate the spot from the NWO days where Kevin Nash uh, threw
Like through a dart
him into
through
the
a trailer.
into the side of the trailer.
Yeah, it was a
And then when
dart.
he come up and he just picks him up and he just slings him sideways, and you just hear, uh, and you're
Yeah,
like, is Ray okay? Because even
yeah.
Nash
Did he
would
die?
sound like, dang, he hit hard. But we can't end on a somber note.
All right then.
When's the next one? Are we doing the Saturday night? Because the that's next, or is it this week or next week?
Let's look.
Just so you know, they have way too many shows like this.
We're good. We're good. It's not. It's May 23rd, so it's not this coming Saturday. It's not tomorrow. It's next week.
Okay. Okay.
So
Good.
our next
Good.
show, guys, you get lucky that you get yet another pre to a because we're going to talk about the matches for Saturday night, which
We
already
must.
there's already two or three that they've set up.
Yep.
I
Yep.
mean, we can just mention we're not going to talk on them.
Right.
Logan Paul and Austin Theory against the Street Profits.
Okay.
Um, Penta against Ethan Page. That's two of the three. Two of the matches that they have lined up so far.
That
They might have
borderline
more, but
could steal the show without me knowing the rest of the show. That could borderline be the one you're talking about Sunday morning.
Ethan Page and Penta.
Absolutely. Ethan Page, one of the most underrated. He might be almost Miz-like, but he's more of a nasty heel, dirty heel than the Miz
Rusev's
is, where
probably
he's
gonna be
more
involved in
comedic.
that as well.
Rusev? Yeah, he's in there somewhere.
Uh, Trying to see. We'll know more about it once we get deep into it. Next week, guys, that'll give you something. Also, our contenders. Um, Kilo, you've got the week off. If you want to reach out, you can say who you think's going to win the matches. It's up to you. I know you watch us and you watch wrestling. I'll talk to his brother. His brother's been watching wrestling lately, Danny. I'll see if I can't see if he's interested in
And hold on,
um
your brother can't be Kilo, and you're just Danny.
well, Kilo's real name's Freddie.
Oh no,
Oh, okay, yeah. It's Freddie and Danny. Danny's name on the game is um
like Pop Tart or
fuck.
something. I
Nah,
doubt
bro.
it's that.
Dude's a beast on Call of Duty. Why is it? Oh, I think it's
They would kick you off Call of Duty if that was your name.
Overkill or some shit.
Starting to
Now
sound
that I'm
like a
thinking
like
about
a
it.
DC Comics episode or something.
Yeah, let me go look. Now I gotta look, bro. Um, I forget. It'll be all
And I
right.
know Kilo, because I will continue to call it by your screen name there. Um, since you do watch this, and if you watch this far, congratulations. Um, I know you're like an hour back of us. You're in Chicago or something like that.
Yeah.
You're somewhere in the central. Like, we can try to coordinate if you want to pop on the show for the next week or so. Even you know, even in a
I
guest
mean,
spot, if you pop on for 10 minutes to either give your picks or just to say thanks for giving me the title belt. Or
let me pull up the see if I can pull it up right quick. I know you gotta get your other show going here, and we're pretty much done.
yeah,
Let me
maybe
just
you have
see if I
a
can
new
find
show
it.
coming right after this one, folks, and we're
Yes.
got some new
Let
formats.
talk about that.
But it's called Pro Wrestling Underground. It's myself and indie pro wrestler Ryan Mark, who just was part of the picks a couple times ago, and we are going to talk a lot about the indie shows that each of us are at.
So
Oh, is
this
that what you
where
posted?
this is where I posted it.
Uh huh.
Scroll up, and he
Oh,
posted this. He already knew, and then he posted that Beavis and Butthead. So yeah, I'll tell him to.
It's
It
good to
looks
see
like
that it
it's a
didn't go to
baby
his head.
title. Oh, I knew it. He's a try hard. Everything he does, he's a try hard.
That's good though. I mean, Skrilla the same way. He's highly competitive. Um, Hopefully he's not too much in his feelings. I'll reach out to him later, make sure he's good. That he lost the initial championship because he doesn't lose many championship matches. I'll give you that.
Well,
Skrilla doesn't
here's the
lose
thing, Skrilla.
often at all.
Step your game up. Right now, you're a chump. Try to be a champ.
Once again, that is Daniel who is saying that. Daniel's making enemies every day, folks. I might have to have Kilo on next week because one of these people he's talked about has got to him this week.
He's gonna be the one to host it with you, and my new tag team partner.
Yeah,
because
what happened to the old
injury.
one? Statute limitations. We can't talk about it.
But okay, you guys. The pay-per-view or the PLE, no longer pay-per-views, all around got a 3.75. Couldn't get a 4.
That's about where I'm
Danhausen
at
kept it from
because
getting a 4. Roman ending kept it from getting a 4. The Asuka match got a 4. That got the highest rated, I think, just because it might be her last match.
Even if it wasn't, like, because I didn't have that inclination all the way till the end when they acted the way they did, especially when Asuka completely dropped the story between them right there.
Yeah.
When she went fourth wall, that was curtain call F, where you just don't do that. But I mean, you don't do that unless it's the end. So that's what made me think it is when she just completely stopped and she just goes, "Come here."
Yeah, and she did the hug and the everything. So yeah,
and the bows and everything. I was like, the complete utter respect, and then the passing of the torch and everything. That, like I said, we haven't seen her on TV yet. Now, granted, she could be on SmackDown, and we'll see her in a few minutes.
Raw.
But
she was on Raw saying goodbye. Well, yeah, she didn't do nothing, but she said goodbye.
Oh yeah. And maybe she's just taking time away. I don't know. I think she's still got time on her contract, but
we'll find out.
Yep.
My dog will.
Like I said, new show coming up. Me and Ryan Marks are going to talk the indie shows that we are at and that we attend, whether he's booked at them or whether I'm covered them. We're just going to try to give you as best an indie insight as we can for all the amazing shows in this area. If you watch this show and you don't watch the other show, there are 6 major shows that I'm somewhere associated with going on in this Sunday alone. I mean, there's shows everywhere. Just literally.
And be on the lookout. Be on the lookout for. I'll tell them. Be on if anybody that watches us that lives in Georgia or even in the Carrollton area. Watch your go to your local shows. You might run into Jeremy here, and also the stuff that possibly could be going down. His next show that they're about to film is what they're going to be talking about.
Yeah. The 30th, I will actually be in Carrollton for Premier All Star Wrestling. Church Without Walls on the 30th. So if you want to know, this Sunday I'll be at AWE, Atlanta Wrestling Entertainment in Marietta. I think 5 p.m. bell time on that. I think it's closer to 7 on the premiere show. But there's shows everywhere. Just because I go to one show over the other is not indicative that the other one's not good. There's so much good stuff going on right now. Unlike somebody's yard, it looks like he needs to grow some grass. But no, he's got dogs, so I understand that. But yeah, we're trying to get more of an indie spotlight because there's so many great things going on. And truth be told, Ryan had a knee injury. Ryan had a minor procedure on his knee. He's currently rehabbing it so he can come back. So in the meantime, he's going to come talk indie wrestling, which is why you should tune into it.
I highly recommend it. I'm gonna be in for it.
Yeah, maybe then Daniel will come to shows.
Maybe my Sunday.
Maybe. I mean, they're not all on Sundays. Sometimes they're on Saturdays.
Well, where'd I go? Okay. I know you invited me every Sunday. Oh, it's a Saturday. Oh, not. Well, I mean, I'd be closing no more. I got to close tomorrow night, so we'll see.
We'll figure it out. But
yeah,
I think we've reached the end. We've officially rambled on for over an hour. I think close to an hour.
Yeah, we're close enough.
Yeah, Kilo's going to get mad at us again, even though he's the champion. Kilo, don't think that you think you have any kind of bargaining power, any kind of power over the show just because you're the champion. You're just the champion.
at all.
This is still
You're
creative
good.
right here. This,
You're good at guessing. You're good at guessing. We're really the ones that writes the shows.
here you go. But we reached the end of the show. So hopefully you guys were entertained the last hour or so. Regardless, drop your questions, comments, suggestions, all those fun things down below here. And for my tag team partner, Daniel Snyder, I am Jeremy York. We are the Backstage Jabronis. We will see you guys next week. Deuces, gooses. Go watch wrestling.